They helped bring part of it back in Sobek.
Wow, this place is starting to come.
Yeah, and Gaia placed all... With the focuses you gave us, we'll be able to, you know, learn and train. And if you need us...
Got it. Thanks, Varl. How's, training?
You know we really are training. Look, she reads glyphs faster than I...
Of course. You guys reading something?
We just finished going through all the log and All Mother Mountain. It's hard to imagine that without the knowledge from Apollo...
Thanks to Ted Fair.
Yeah. I wonder how it must have felt when they were finally free. The world must have seemed so
Not to mention terrifying.
And they became an
I'm guessing you've spoken with Kotallo?
I wanted to pay my respect. Told him I'd never seen anyone throw... He said a warrior shouldn't be... For a second I thought I was talking. Never thought a Tanakh than a Nora war chief could...
How's everyone handling?
And we all have our difficult moments. But I'm hoping Oseram stubborn.
How's everyone doing?
Just taking it all in.
Looks like I was wrong. Their ship didn't explode on its way to...
We saw how they lied about creating a better future at their launch. Guess they lied about what happened to... But still...
I couldn't put a single dent in their ship.
That didn't stop you from resurrect. Won't stop us from using Hephaestus against...
That's enough. Think you can hold the fort while I'm...
If Aaron stops list, we'll be fine.
Varl looks happy about his training partner.
Learning is best done together.
Have you gone back to Plainsong at all?
I thought about it. The chorus already thinks me a thorn in the thicket. If they knew, even if they understood, this. No.
What are you up to?
Gaia was kind enough to... She helped me decipher some... and showed me how to use... It's not easy, but...
That's good to hear. I see you've settled it.
Gaia did say this place was built so we could regain control of our... Nurture them like the land gods. It does strike me as odd that a place of life should have so much...
Did Gaia tell you anything about the Zeniths?
She did. To think that there are places among the it is... and heartbreaking.
You've spoken with...
A few words. You must have made quite...
So you've been...
Yes. She... including their demise, and... I was... surpassed, but... reborn?
You've been getting to know Aerith?
Of course. In this case, a very loud friend.
So... how does it warriors like the Tanakh?
By holding them off when our fields bloomed a plant. But Plainsong's dishes... In the end, even the Utaru promised to provide, in exchange, the Tanakh a veteran. To train. This custom was... but some veterans still remain.
I've been meaning to ask. You didn't seem to...
That's what happens when you're the one Utaru who insists on... When the Karja invaded they burned our fields. Those who were too weak to
be sacrificed in this...
I was helping the healers back. The chorus was divided, and others believed the dishes would keep us safe. And while they bickered...
It couldn't have been easy.
I come from a small village. My grandmother used to say that I moved to the dishes when I decided to... When the Red Raids began, but the injured kept pouring into Plainsong. One day, I woke up to hear a Karja raiding party had ransacked. I rushed there with the healers to help the smell of burning flesh haunts me to...
I'm sorry, Zoe.
I made it a point to appear before the chorus as soon as we returned. To demand that we take a stand. I was denied.
You said you set out to fight...
I did. News of before I knew it. We knew we couldn't take on but we also knew the lay of the... We ambushed sabotaged their supply.
Sounds like you were forced to be...
Enough that the Tanakh took... When the clans began to push the Karja back, we chased the enemy all the way to
You said you were at Barren Light when the
Tanakh marshals climbed the cliffs of the Dawn, then attacked from the others. Before we knew it, the gates were... What happened next was... When all the dust and blood settled, our enemies defeated. I went back to... It didn't feel like I'd...
Is that when you became...
I thought soothing the sufferer. Then you came along. I could either sing...
I'm glad you chose the latter. Right,
I shall return to...
Please merge ether with me. Afterwards, I must discuss an important matter with you.
Gaia, what is this?
It is a control console for a drone-based imaging system connected to this dome. I will transmit the relevant data to your focus.
Huh. So this Cyclops is a network of drones to monitor the deteriorating biosphere conditions. I guess it was meant to display on the dome, but the drones aren't connected anymore. If I find the drones out in the wilds, I could get the data from them, use it to reconnect them and restore the display. So, what did you want to discuss?
While you were away, I received an unusual transmission on my dedicated Aletheia frequency.
Aletheia. That's one of the sub-functions you couldn't detect before.
Yes. The transmission occurred so slowly that at first it seemed like an accidental blip of data amongst background static. Once I noticed this irregularity, it took some time to collate the complete message.
Coordinates. Where does it lead?
To a mountain to the northwest of this facility. A word of caution, Aloy. It is possible this transmission is genuine. It is also possible it is being broadcast by someone or something else.
You don't think it's actually Aletheia?
I am uncertain.
What's SOS?
It is an old world code. A distress signal. A desperate plea for help.
Why would Aletheia send a coded transmission on a frequency?
I believe it was done as a precaution, or at least to create the appearance. I am also uncertain why Aletheia would be able to detect and as far as it is aware.
Okay, so either Aletheia is in trouble, or someone else is trying to get us to go to these.
That is my conclusion.
Could the Zeniths be sent?
According to the data I reviewed, the Zeniths recovered the other Gaia root kernel in the Hate. It is feasible they used it to gain access to my...
So, maybe they sent it thinking...
Possibly. However, if they intended to provoke me into revealing, I would expect the communication to be more...
Right. So maybe... You said the coordinates lead to a mountain to the northwest. What's there?
I have no record of anything of no...
Okay, and what about the other number?
I have queried my available database. Perhaps its meaning can only...
All right, I'll go to the coordinates and check out the source of the transmission.
All by yourself? Ha! No way.
I included Erend and Varl in this briefing via their focuses. I concur that you should not investigate this alone.
What if it's a trap?
Of course it could be a trap. But if it really is Aletheia, then it's in trouble, and I need to bring it back. Don't worry. I'll be careful and...
We're coming with you.
Fine. Go grab your things.
We'll wait for you at the west exit, in case you need to upgrade your gear.
Aloy,
That was sneaky of you.
I am pleased you... Is there something you wish...
What can you tell me about...
Demeter sows, fertilize.
So once I bring it back...
While permanent rest, I may be able to improve. However, a word of warning. Alone and frightened.
Okay. The missing subordinate functions.
Artemis rewilded. Eleuthia was responsible. Apollo was in disseminating. Unfortunate. All archived Apollo data.
Pharaoh, huh?
Understandable. He appears to have been pathological.
All three of the missing function, or were. Do you still need them?
If attainable, restoring their remaining elements would... Perhaps you will be able... Artemis and Apollo.
How's Katalo do?
I detect that the loss of his arm still deeply... Though he has not, I may be able to assist in...
Really? How are things around here?
Zoe has been studying the morphology in an effort to understand... Without the abilities of... I am unfortunate. However, Zoe and I...
Well, keep at it. Varl and Zoe seem...
Indeed. Zoe discovered references to it. She appreciated the similarity and encouraged Varl.
And how did that go?
I believe they have agreed.
How's Er...
He is becoming increasingly accustomed.
What did he do?
He unfortunately crushed his first focus as he attempted, amongst a number of Oseram curses. I believe he also blamed the focus. He has given repeated assurances that...
Well, good thing we have a lot of Gaia?
Her presence is interwoven with my memories. The moment we exchanged greetings, it was the first listening to her story.
Your friend.
Yes, though I am glad she made...
She was okay with that. Thanks, Gaia. So, brought the greatest mind, all working to build the terraforming system while the Pharaoh Plague devoured the planet. What was it like?
Personnel worked in resources and tech. Within a month of the project's conception, Elizabeth encouraged me to spend time. She said it was important to aid in my emotion.
What were they like?
Scared. They were hurtling toward technology. I owe everything to their dedication.
So the Hades Proving Lab, it used to be a Pharaoh...
Yes. The facility was used... It appears to have been one...
I guess it wasn't enough to build He wanted viruses to So, a while back, I discovered another AI there. It was created to oversee, and it spent the last 1,000 years in isolation. I'm guessing you didn't...
No. From the data on your focus, it seems that Cyan was cut off from the outside world. An effort by its creators to protect it from the Pharaoh Plague.
Any chance it could help us now?
I have already attempted contact, with no success. Given its previous experience with accepting an outside network request, I imagine it is unwilling to do so again.
Right. Because last time Hephaestus enslaved it. Well, that's too bad. I think the two of you would have had a lot to talk about. The processor Ether was installed on was part of an ancient war museum. A memorial to something called the Hot Zone Crisis. Do you know anything about it?
My knowledge of historical events was unfortunately lost with the Apollo database. However, climate data indicates a peak in regional temperatures in the 2030s. Such conditions would see an increase in dust storm.
But they wouldn't have built a museum in them, so I guess
Yes. Data suggest levels in the clawback.
There was an ancient tank embedded in the bulwark. Any idea how it got there?
During the Pharaoh Plague, the U.S. military resumed as automated machinery. It is possible the vehicle...
So they fought against the Pharaoh machines in the until the mountain was blasted. So this facility, the regional, it was meant to oversee the terror...
For the local had humans they would have then been... As that never...
Until Minerva... So I guess this room was meant to keep...
Yes. From here, the facilities operate to observe weather.
That would have been quite a sight.
It may still be possible should you find and reconnect.
I'll keep a lookout. I'll be on my way.
I wish you safe.
Error. Drone feed disconnected. Error. Data missing.
Aloy, I was able to unlock another room in the main living area.
Good to know. I'll check it out when I can. Looks like this room's changed. Is that your doing, Gaia?
Yes.
Aloy,
It's good to see you.
I've been told of our enemy. Your friends showed me and gave me this but all I really need to know is
Welcome to the team, then. What are you looking at over?
the others have been helping me so this effect.
Yes,
How many?
as many as...
Such power.
Now that you know who the enemy is,
I'll admit, I find them hard to grasp. Vulnerable.
for now.
I trust you will point my blade.
You've had some time with the team. Any thought?
I admit, I was surprised to see Nutaru. Farmers don't make for...
I'm told she rallied some in her and fought all the way to...
Interesting.
You said the Bulwark was your home.
Yes.
That's all you're gonna tell me?
Fine. As you wish. As I grew older, I came to be known as Tekote. I fought by his side against and led my squad on a danger. It was I who opened the gates from the east side.
That must have gotten you some...
Indeed.
Then why'd you leave?
I became a...
Why did you leave this...
I was sent to the Cool Root. Back then, I would have obeyed his every order. I was too blind to see the fear of a rising young warrior. I returned a hero from the battle that never occurred to him. But
Why did Tekote think you wouldn't be a threat to him?
Tekote knew I'd be forced to forsake the... I'd never be allowed to... After our victory, said it would be even though he knew perfectly well it was exile. So I became a marshal.
I'm sorry you had to go through...
I am not.
When we were at the Bulwark, the Hikaru also mentioned it. What does it mean?
The visions tell us that the 10 flew on great and for us to imitate this, and it is why the challengers leap into the... Many times I am met the feeling of freedom.
What did Chief Hikaru say?
You spilt rebel blood at the Grove, and helped reunite the... There was little more to be...
Well...
Indeed.
I should go. Feel free to check in.
I will. I overheard... Do you require my...
I'd rather have you and...
It shall be done. May the 10 walk...
There she is.
You ready to head out?
Let's go.
Look at us. 3 battle-hardened this distress call had to be up a really steep mountain, huh?
Vermin.
What is that?
What the hell?
Well, that takes the keg.
Burrow, see if there's anything over there.
On it.
We'll check out the battlefield. Let's start with that zenith. Well, there are obviously more zeniths than we know about.
Can't believe you fought one.
Almost didn't make it. stuff for the stash. Whatever the rebels did, it took down her shield. But why was she here? I can access her last communication file, but I'll use my focus to scan the battlefield too.
What about that crazy weapon the Zenith had?
It looked like she can make it come and go at will. But it's gone now.
Yeah. Well, go do your thing. I'll wait here.
I wonder how much snow is gonna pile up. The Spectre had instructions to assist recovery of the asset. I wonder what this asset is. The weapon's still hot. I need to know how it worked. But I'll have to check on it once it's cooled off. An Oseram with a focus. Looks like he was sending data on the weapons somewhere else. Looks like the rebels camped here for a while. Were they watching this area? All right. I think I have an idea what happened here. I better get back to Erend.
All right, she who sees the unseen. What did you find out?
This was a carefully planned attack. I found camping gear up there. The rebels must have been staking out this place for at least a few days. They were waiting for the Zeniths to show up. All so that they could test that weapon. The Zeniths have a personal shield that makes them invulnerable, but somehow the weapon got rid of it. The Oseram that was operating it was sending data on it somewhere else. It was probably just a prototype.
I've known tinkers that do that. I'd do a little trial run before breaking out the real thing. Well, I guess it's still a work in progress, if it blew up.
She was searching for something she'd lost. Her drone had instructions to recover something called the asset.
The asset? Is that the sub-function thing that you said could be here? The Luthia?
I'm not sure. Come on, let's go talk to Varl. That's a long way down.
Something tunneled straight down into the mountain. Looks recent.
Whatever it was, it must have been powerful. That Zenith the rebels killed was looking for something called the asset. I don't know what it is, but my guess is it's somewhere down there.
All right, so we head down.
Erend, stay here and stand watch. That Zenith isn't the only one of its kind. I don't want to be caught by surprise if the others show up. Contact us by focus if you see anything.
Okay. If any trouble shows up, I'll call you.
Let's go. There's some kind of old world ruin down here.
You said the Zeniths have their own backup of Gaia, right?
Yeah, from the proving lab.
So maybe they were after Eleuthia. Found its hiding spot, so it sent the distress signal.
Maybe.